Hello, let's try again. Good morning, afternoon, or whatever you'd like to call it. Yeah, apparently computer said no last time, so yeah, I'll do another one. Well, we're looking at Macintosh, as those of you that have already seen the others will know. I'm just looking at some spare papers that I got cut and I never find them. So this is the one I did last lesson. Um, Real simple, but shape to it. Looking at the shapes we did last time. Sorry, that's a rubbish one. And then at the patterning we did. Looking at the Macintosh, and then looking at the other thing I've planned, which is the iris folding. So I thought I really love this. Really do love it. But all the exciting things we do, I really do love that. But sometimes I just want to go back to basics. And sometimes that could be watercolor. And I thought this shape is wonderful. I love this shape. And why can't I just do a small shape like this on some watercolor paper that recognizes a lot of the shapes I'm already using, but this time using a smaller piece. And even that would be quite nice, and making it a card from. So Macintosh loved this angular, not sorry, linear, not angular, linear style. Very straight lines. Even a curved line looked straight in his work for some strange reason. It's very, very precise and beautiful. And I thought, well, why don't I sort of try manipulate what I do into what that could be done, but just do watercolor. So I wanted to bring in that which I did last time, and this which I really love as well. Now looking at this and thinking, I don't think I've got enough room in the middle for that. But now and again, you've just got to think, right, well, what do I want? And I don't want to go over the top, and I want to create something very simple, something achievable in the time we've got, but something that looks cool as well. So anyway, I've got the same ones I had, the Vibrants, which are the Talons, the Van Gogh ones. I love this colour. These are called Muted Tones. And the last video I showed what I would personally do for all my work. It's really important is do a little colour swatch. So before I do my drawing, I'm just going to do a colour swatch. So it's always important to have clean water and a clean brush, which that one isn't. So I'm just going to put in a little colour wash. Now, I've put way too much water in some of these. I'm going to have to be very careful. So I'm just going to put in a colour wash. Now this is card I'm using. So what I'd like to do is create sort of tones of the colour. And then I might have had some pink in that actually. I don't care. Now the white, I'm forever dirty, and so I didn't clean my brush. So clean that off. So but it's just to give you more of a guide of where where you've got your colours. Not just where you've got them, that's a bit daft to say, but what colours you've got where. Because when you're doing colours like this, they just look like black, black and a bit more black, don't they? Black, green, black, grey, black. So having a colour chart is really helpful. So you can put your colour chart to one side, let it dry, and we can do some drawing on this now. Now I'm emulating that. So I can put that there and draw that there, and then that makes a bit more sense to you. Now, I do have a pencil. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. And, well, I did have. In here somewhere. In here somewhere is that with no pencil. Oh, here it is. Excuse me 1 minute. Excuse me. We've been going out most days because Mark's on holiday. So what I've been doing is taking a lot of stuff with me. Well, bits and bobs with me. And so I just grab what I can when I can. And I end up thinking, oh, I've left that there. Oh, I've left that there. And it just sends me nutty. So I'm going to look at this. I quite like the overall shape of it. So, oh, that's a bit skidded then. So I've got one here. One. Two. Oh, moved. Now, like I say, I'm not particularly too worried about shapes. Oh, for crying out loud. And I'll have a couple of stabbing everything here and go away. So I'm quite happy with that. I know it looks a bit strange at the moment, but I'm just going to draw some so I've got my compass here, and all I'm doing is placing it there to make the stems. Now these aren't set in stone. These are guidelines, and I mean guidelines because they're just an idea of where things look, how they look, what they look like before we go in with the pen. And we've got some leaves coming in now. Leaves are, you know, you draw them on a big scale and then just like that. So that's how you draw them if you wish. Draw them freehand or anything. So we've got our shapes. I'm quite happy with them actually. Quite nice. And I'm not going to go too mad with the. Right, I really did put too much water in that, didn't I? Chroma. I don't want to waste it though because I love that colour. So there's another one that I did, which is quite nice as well. I'll do over it, but you know, we learn lessons from them all, don't we? So I'm just going to put that on the computer. Oh. So I'm happy with that. Get that there. I'm going to go in with a black pen, I think, because I just want it to be See, this one is green. I wonder whether that'd be nice. Or not. Let's go in anyway. I see this is green, a blue, a dark blue, which would be interesting, wouldn't it? And I've got a pen or a 5mm. Let's see. Oh, so I'm going to go straight in. I'm not too worried. As you know, my signature is a wobbly line. And I always embrace imperfection. I was at a wonderful, well, we did quite a few yesterday. I normally go to the monastery, but because Matt was off, we decided that obviously never get to spend time with him during the day. So we thought, oh, we'll go out. So we went to Hare Hills. They're only 5 minutes here. Hare Hills, Quarry Bank where I used to work, Style. We had a good walk anyway. Up to Pressbury, Winslow. And found a great hide. And it was built by people recovering from different, forms of controlling whatever, whether it be substance or drugs, alcohol. I don't know. It's not for me to know. And it was a worry box. Leave your worries here. Such a great idea to leave your worries at the door. I just thought it was. And I think that's what I like about when we join it ourselves. Doing artwork, it's what we do, isn't it? We sort of leave our worries at the door, hopefully. So I'm just going to put in some, and I'm looking at this because I can go back to it now. What I'll do is I'll put my scruffy paper on it first. I'll go back to this because this is one of the things that really inspired me was the, there we go, the actual shape that I had in these, some of these, and this is my moodling as well, which I really still love, still part of me, still. It's just, I still love it. It's just end off. So it's not perfect, but nothing I do is. So one line, then we have a line going smaller. Excuse me one minute. Oh dear. So sorry about that. For some reason, the whole damn thing went off. I'm not having a great time with this math lesson, am I? So I've got basically to the end of the shapes. I'm not being over um sort of over decorative with this because I don't want to. I want to keep it pretty simple. Um, I just want to be able to sort of put some colour in and enjoy. So in these, isn't it funny how I can put in like scribbles on a page and it just looks good. And the next time I try and do it myself, it's like, why is that not working? Why does that look ridiculous? And yet on there it looks amazing. And you just can never work it out, can you? So what I've done is I've put lines here, like teeth. Remember them pink teeth we used to get toffees? And then bubbles underneath, just to create that. So I'm wondering whether we need anything here. I don't think so. And then in here, again, I like this. So just take your time with it. Do anyone you want. It reminds me of Stockport Viaduct. But oh yeah, so we had a great day and that worry box was just amazing. Just leave it at the door, leave your worries, put a box outside. And the reason I'm saying that is because I kept thinking about a horrible time in my life, really horrible. And every time I thought of it, I was like, no, stop, stop, stop. Don't think about it. No, don't think about it. Like, no, don't think about it. And it used to really stress me out because I couldn't think about, not because I couldn't think about it, of when it attacked me, so to speak. It just caught me unawares, a bit like that Pete Sellers guy, Kato. You know what I mean? Just attacked me. And I'm like, no, no, no. So it was like a week, a kid, mum, mum, dad, dad, auntie, 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 on your trousers, pulling your trousers, like a kid like that. And the minute you say, okay, come on in, it was like, gone. And you're like, what's just happened? You know, and those things now I don't think about at all. And when I do, I don't have that immense, horrible feeling that I had. So what I'm saying is, it is true. Give thought to some of the things that really make you feel sick when you think about him. Give them a moment. See them for what they are. Then let it go. You're in control. You're in control. But you've got to know that. So just put some tiny little patterns in now. I'm really enjoying this. I do need to rub out all those rubbishy lines, because when I start to put watercolour on now, that will all be permanent. So just going to gently take these lines away. The reason I say gently is because I've got a massive pot of water here. So when I saw this piece that I'd done before, this taped piece, I thought, why do I like that? What is it about it? And I thought it was quite good that we had these linear lines here. And I thought, I really like them. Make something of them in a bit. And I think I will. So I'm just blocking them off like this, trying to keep in mind about Macintosh's stylized lines and linear shapes and linear forms, and just think, right, okay, yeah, I'll go with that. And it's just the shape of where the tape is. And sometimes these are the things that can make or break something. Is this a step too far? Is it just enough? And we won't know till we get those. Oh. So we've got our shape. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the overall colour. So I'm just going to go on with some light colours now. I've got different shapes, so I need different colours. And I've got my colour chart. So I'll turn it that way. No, I don't want to do it that way because I know what'll happen. I'll forget where they all are. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I need a little bit of the red. Now, I'm just going to do tiny bits, one colour. I'll leave that for now. I can always come back to it. I'm going to clean off my brush. I'm going to bring in, I was using my Whopper before, that's why I wet everything too much. Bring in the water and the stuff so you can see. It's just underneath the... So clean your brush and then you add water. So I'm just adding water to and then clean my brush off. I'm not adding any more colour each time. I'm just adding more water too. Just look at this. I'm not there, just need a little bit there. So just in the middle, you may have to change it slightly to one side that's slightly darker. But I'm going to leave that because that needs a little bit of time. And I think I'll go with the purple. I always get very confused with purple and blue. I don't know when. I don't know when one becomes the other or the other becomes one. I just very bad with it. I don't know why. Just can't see one for the other. So sometimes it'll look blue to me and it's purple. And then people will say, oh, it's blue that. And I'm like, that's purple. So, yeah. Maybe you have that issue as well. I can see when something's warm and cold, but I can't see if that's purple or blue. To me, that's blue. So, bit of a boring, useless information, but you never know. You never know. So I'm using this bluey one now, and I'm just going to put in. I added way too much water for this, so I've got to let that dry flat. If I don't, it won't reconstitute the correct way. It'll go all and it has bled before, so the pigment bleeds all over, and before you know it, you've got all the pigment's gone out of the palette, out of the pan, sorry, all over the place. So I've got to make sure it's flat. So I've cleaned the brush, water only, bring the water out to the rest of the section. It's really simple. You sort of put colour on one side, then you go clean water on the other, and let the two mix. Nature does its own thing then. So I'll do it here. Water, bring it up slowly. It does help that you've got permanent pen, obviously. You start using like do you know the computer keeps going off? So sorry. Oh, I've got a flower. That's a floret, cauliflower. Now, if you do get one of them, don't worry. Take it off. Oh, like that. And then add a little bit of light colour. Oh, like that. So don't ever worry about watercolour. It's your friend. It's your friend. So leave those sort of trashy colours like that. Trashy is wrong word, but they look a bit weird because they're not very neat, or there's no depth to some of them. But that's okay because you can add more later. So I'm looking at these and I really like this pinky feel I've got, but I do like these turquoises. So what I will do for these little diddy ones is I'm going to add Excuse me. A little bit of the pink. There we go. We've got a mid. So it's a bit deeper than that. But you can see where that colour comes from, can't you? Those two. And again, I'm going to change my brush up now because, I'll be honest with you, finding it really difficult to get in these little... You can use it, it's tiny, but my fingers are sore. So I'm a bit cumbersome. I've gone right outside the line there, but who cares? So I'm just going to add a little bit more there. Put this one on that side and make it dark there. Sometimes, you know, all singing and all dancing and what I do, and I forget to enjoy simple things like watercolour, going back to it, you know, like, oh, I've planned this, oh, I've planned that, and you're like, hang on, why can't I just add watercolour into it? Why can't I just do good old-fashioned watercolour? Why? Because I think that I've got to perform all the time with you, and I don't have to. And it's the same in your life. It's like, just enjoy what you've got. Don't try and be everything and all. I do like that though. It's just something very... You just sit back and, you know, before you know it, you spent an hour doing really nice things. Alright, I'm going to pick up a bit of turquoise now. I'll have to make sure that the turquoise, and this will make it a lot cooler, I'll have to make sure that turquoise has got no pink in it when I use it, because otherwise it will look weird. So now what we're doing, we're going to be going more turquoisey, purple, blue, whatever colour that is. So I've got this colour in the middle of them all, and it's quite strange, isn't it, how when it's with another colour, it suddenly takes on the colour that is around it and really changes it to suit that. So from 3 colours, yes, we've got all these others. This is when you can get get a good brush. This is not a good brush. It might look it, but it's just not. This is more a nail art brush, seriously. So I'm just going to go over now the bits that are left, and the reason I'm doing it now is because it won't bleed into the others, and I can get a nice little blend going on. So I'm looking at these and quite like that, yeah. But what about these? Are we leaving them there for a reason? Are we gonna? And I think it'd be very weird if we didn't. So with this one, to still capture that colour, I've liked that. Wash. We'll go like that. How is everybody doing? Since I'm doing my walking and I'm bracing a hat and my hair down, it's really strange. I would never ever, I don't think anybody's seen me with my hair down. And that includes Mark as well, really. I never embraced it with my hair down. I'd never liked it because my mum used to do it. It was like really scary. You used to end up looking like that, you know, out of Men in Black when he says your skin slipped, like that alien. I used to look like that because you'd pull it so tight. And then when I came downstairs with it, the Matt went, "Oh, instant facelift." I just thought, "Oh, stuff it. I'm doing it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just wearing my hair like that." And do you know what? It's liberating. Like I was saying before about letting the, you know, the bogeyman in, or whatever you want to call him. You've got control back. And it's not controlling you. There's something very satisfying about it. So what I'm doing, I'm just placing some water in these. Some of these you can't see that well, but when I get the white on, you'll be able to sort of see the colour being brought back to life a little bit, shall we say. So the way that watercolour floats on your paper, I love the way it messes up and goes into cauliflowers. I love that. It just, you can't control it. That's why I like it. It sort of gets to a point. It's like, nah, naff off. I'm not doing it your way. I'm going my way. And you're like, wow, love it. Well, it doesn't say naff off, but nearly. So I've got these really sort of subtle-ish. So I'm going to go in with the greens I've got, and so I've got like the olivey green, which is one of my favourites. Take some water off this. I keep trying to work with it, and it's so rubbish. That's not a great brush either. I think they're all. Oh, I know where they are. I'll try this one. It's not one I'm used to, but I'll try it. Oh, that's not great either. So the top of them all, I'm just putting the light. I'm not doing any mixing. Then just a light wash of the other colour. And I'll put some, I'm just colouring in with that. Not making any great strokes of it. So just add in some of this as a stem. Like that, which gives it a little bit of sort of substance. And then I'm thinking, yeah, it's got to be done. Yeah. Right. Going with a big bad boy. I think this is number 8. And I've got a little bit of the turquoise mixed. Right, I'm gonna go round everywhere with my trusty expensive art material. And see, I can get a better thinner line. So I use the indigo and the green, well, the turquoise, to make this dark colour. A little bit more water, it's getting a bit dry. So just around the edge, whether it's on or off, you know, the piece of paper or, you know, the mount that you've got. So it's funny, I'm doing this course at the moment. I'm doing quite a few of them, and they're all needlework ones, you know, Royal School of Needlework. Oh, the Royal School of Needlework. Where's my phone farting? And Hand and Lock, who the Queen's embroiderers, Kings, sorry. And I'm having to work neat and precise. And I'm just having such an hard job of doing it. Because I'm not used to being so free and easy and not so delicate. I really am finding it difficult. And I was like, wow. And then I remember, was on one of the Zooms with one of the team leaders, one of the embroiderers, sorry. And I said, I forget to breathe. I actually forget to breathe when I'm doing it. Because I'm holding I don't know whether anybody else does, but I actually forget to breathe. So now what I'm doing is just where the colours meet, I'm adding, as I would, just clean water and letting nature do rest. Like that. Some of it's a bit thicker than others, so where it is, you can always give it a helping hand with your brush. But yeah, I'm having to sort of breathe. Stupid, isn't it? But you do, I just like, and you listening to this rubbish I'm prattling on with, you'll probably be able to hear gasping for breath. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. So we've got our bit of depth building it up. We can add different sorts of things to it now, but what you do need to do is just take some off, because you don't want it to be too heavy. So, oh no, don't clean my brush. Actually, I really like that, but it's not what I want at the time. So if you've got some like shadows or residues, just help them out a bit. You might like them, keep them in. But what I mean is, if you don't, just titivate up. If you've got some that are a little bit heavy, clean it off, take more off. It's yours. Got a bit of missing there. So now I'm looking at it now. Oh, where is it? You can see when it's beveled in the back if it's wet. So yeah, quite like it. Quite like that. Okie dokie. I think I'll put in. Not I think I'll put in That doesn't sound right, does it? I've got a charcoal white, I've got a big fat white, and I've got a Posca white and a silver. And I'm just thinking maybe we could put in, this would work, the Faber-Castell. So I'm just going to move it over there. Remember to keep my muted colours where they are. Just looking at that, so you've got something to look at. And I'm going to see, it may not work because, don't forget, yep, it may not work because it's so wet, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, it's working on them. So I'm just adding some white dots to and the patterning on the leaf, which is like the viaducts or teeth, or I think in architecture it's called a dental mold. You see why, can't you? And I'm just going to add that like that. And I'm just going to continue for a bit and then I'll be right back. Right, just coming to the end of the bits and I'll explain what I've done. I have gone through areas with a black pen. It's a bit too big, a bit too broad for what I wanted, but I used a bold Indian ink, and I put some watercolour around the edges, and I've used a Posca white pen to fill in some like little dots and patterning, and it's quite over the top actually. But then I've just put in where we had this before, and I'm just going to, because it's dry, it's dryish on the paper, doesn't mean it's going to be dry on the masking tape. So when you do this, more often than not, the masking tape causes loads of blooming problems because it's got colour on it. So I don't like wasting this good tape, so put it around my water pot for another use. See another day. Be careful when you're pulling this off, because even though it's low tack, like me, I tend to put it down quite heavy-handed, and if I don't pull it off at an angle in the correct way, it can, because there's water underneath it, pull the rest of some of the paper fibres off the top. You're ending with like a very raw edge on your painting, and you say, oh, it don't matter, but if that's not what you want, or it's going to be like a sore thumb, then you have to think maybe a border on it. So I'm just going to take this off, put my tape back on, and boring TV. I'm just going to get a piece of black card now in front of me so you can see, and then I'm just going to put that on it and just show it what we've got. So we've got all the elements of Macintosh. We've got a checkerboard round here, which we could cut right down if we wish to give it a really thin. You don't have to have that. I've got a line which I feel could do with another line around it. However, that might not be for everybody. I actually want to do that. So, just finishing off with a thin double line, not a big whopping one. Like that. And that, to me, really helps to finish it off. And I think I would get rid of some of these heavy lines with a darker line and finer line. I want it to look colourful and bright, but I'm verging on the edge of messy, which I don't want. So bringing this pen back in around these areas. Just show you what I mean. You see the way that actually really makes that look nice. Finished. Less like blob, blob, blob. And then it actually looks like a circle then. Like a part of the element, and not just a blob you've added. Some thin lines. That's too wet, so be careful it don't kill your brushes, your pens. Let me just, yeah, got it. So you could put some linear lines here as well, just down here. I think that might break it up because it's way too heavy for what I want. So I'm just going to put that's it. It's a really small heartbeat. What do you call it? Line. I'm using a Secura pen at the moment. Actually, it says PN for pen. I'm not just saying because I don't know what number. It's a pen. PN. It gives me quite a nice fine. Right. Which that makes more sense to me now. Much more sense to me. Yeah. I think I need to do one more thing. Right. And then stop. Next to it, just have probably better off doing it this way for a bit more sense. Like that. So we've got a wibble and a straight. A wibble and a straight. So we've got like my design elements and his. And that's when you're making it your own. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that because I did. We're coming up to an hour now. I hope this time computer says yes because, you know, I do like the other one though. You know, if I look at both, you know, there's elements on here that I did last time. I've got to finish more here, but I like this for other reasons. So, you know, I would go back in with my pen and then do some of the elements that I like on this on here. So sometimes, you know, do two. Let them be very different. And then, so if I do that, show you what I mean, and then do that. It's now got more presence. It's neater. It's more of a design element. See what I mean? And just a blob. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you. Love you there. I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to see what you do, as always. My Patreons will be getting this straight in the group, and you will be seeing this at 12, I hope. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, I can't always get there to be there on a Friday. Like today is Friday, but I can't always be there at 12 because it sort of cuts your day up. But what I will do is have a lesson for you if computer says yes. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And the next one is iris folding next week. So get on your bits of paper and we will be iris folding together next week. So bye for now. Don't forget to show me your work in Jarmas as well. Right.